Since the spate of training incidents 4 years ago,
We have made progress in building a safer army. We see sustained improvements in safety outcomes. While we can take heart in the progress,
we cannot be complacent. We'll take deliberate and calibrated steps to resume training intentionally, progressively, and safely. We must continue to do all we can because in the area of safety, we must be exceptional.
For the soldiers and military personnel on the ground, a deliberate and calibrated approach has already set in.
We have progressively resumed overseas training to pre-COVID levels, and in the process of doing so, we have spared no efforts to ensure that we are able to do it safely.
Overseas training is critical to the Army's ability to maintain our key warfighting competencies. Each training program has been recalibrated carefully and conscientiously to ensure that missions are carried out successfully.
We adopted a deliberate and calibrated approach, and these include redesigning our training curriculum as well as enhancing our training area. As an example, due to the nature of the terrain, Commander and his team has actually trekked up and down Mount Biang many times. COA also made a trip up Mount Biang as well. This is how the leadership views safety and how seriously we take it. Every soldier counts. In ops and training safety, we must be exceptional.
Down the line, commanders, trainers and soldiers have made safety their personal responsibility. This has become easier with the Safe Guardian app, which is accessible anytime, anywhere.
Last time we used ESR, we need to flip page by page to find the relevant information. This Safe Guardian app is very useful because it's within your hand reach. Within a minute, you can get important relevant information by just keying the keywords.
For NS men who come back from their periodic ICT, the ready information in the Safe Guardian app has become a first-stop service where they go to for a much-needed revision of their safety knowledge.
Resources are essential because we need the information and details. For example, like we have a safety awareness test that we have to take before coming for our in-camp training. This will better prepare not just the commanders but the soldiers, including myself. I'm more confident about planning out each of these training.
Deliberate action is also taken at every level to deep dive into details to sharpen training outcomes and safety awareness.
Safety is very important to me. As a bionics operator, many lives are at stake. I'm moving a very big vehicle. If something were to happen to my vehicle crew, I can't bear the consequences. My heart can't take it. The simulation training actually prepared me for what was coming in Wallaby. We went through resilience training, different driving packages, Wallaby's terrain, driving during the day, driving during the night. I feel the ramping up of the training has actually prepared me mentally and physically to drive in Wallaby. It made me feel more prepared to carry on with this overseas training safely.
The laser focus on safety is also clearly articulated for large-scale events like Army Open House and National Day Parade, which involved 29 committees and 10,000 participants.
Every single committee was told to review the internal processes and to make sure that they are familiar and covered every single inch where our people are, and to make sure that given their experience, they were able to pick up on some of the potential hazards before they actually happen, making sure we all understood the lessons that we've learned in the past and making sure people understood what they needed to do, the motivation, the importance of the mission, and that they were individually motivated to want to go get it. It's about knowing our soldiers and it's making sure that we have the ownership to remove all safety risk factors.
Our Army has strengthened our safety system by benchmarking externally to learn from other established partners, research and development. A strong emphasis is put on prevention of accidents through safety measures and leveraging on technology. To further empower commanders to be even more deliberate in their training programs, management tools like ClickSense have been created to provide timely data to help identify key areas that need attention in preventing potential accidents.
The information that you pull once you log in is live. From there, you actually can have a more accurate and up-to-date data trending. At the same time, you can actually use the same dashboard, but you can change a few parameters. It is quite useful because you can actually customize the data visualization to what you need. It gives you that visualization to do that trending so that you can identify key focus area that we should look at to prevent accidents or incidents from happening.
The emphasis on safety is also drilled down to the non-military personnel and contractors who work closely with the Army.
For activities that warrant attention for alignment to safety regulations from the Army, we will promulgate it to both the Army as well as the contractors. The contractors will be educated by our people on the ground so that they are aware of the rules. To ensure that this is being carried out, we have a calibrated tiered governance over different types of contractors. Work can be outsourced, but safety of our soldiers is still our responsibility.
Over the years, the Army has been fostering a learning culture for safety issues and awareness. Utilizing data to drive home safety reminders, we also learned from local industries and foreign militaries. Engaging safety information has helped soldiers to internalize safety protocols and practices.
Before training, our RSM will send us infographics regarding the outfit we are going through. The quality is good because it really acts like a safety net, whereby it serves as a daily reminder for the soldiers to keep in mind before they start carrying out their daily activities.
Our Army has been strengthening our safety culture year on year to promote an open climate to discuss safety matters.
Everyone is very open to sharing. We are not afraid of criticism, so it's a very professional discussion that we can have, which is very fruitful and conducive for our training.
Okay, the safety leadership framework actually is broken down into three components, which is called the head, the heart, and the hands. We make it easier for the commanders to relate. You're talking about the head, they give you the knowledge of what are the subjects matters and how they can simplify and break it down. Whereas for hands, they understand how to bring it on the ground and actually do it on the ground. And the heart allows them to use their emotion and how to check it, keep it in check.
I would say that being aware all the time is actually important. Even though it was midnight, everyone was tired, but I still had to execute my job and to make sure that I was awake the entire time. It's also important that I take charge of the vehicle. Being the vehicle commander, I need to let the crew inside know that what's happening around. I'll ensure that they wear their helmet, they tighten their seat belt, as well as put their equipment in place. So if everybody do their part properly, it will lead to a safer outcome.
Everyone needs to own their own individual safety and it's their own personal responsibility to do so. I always communicate the why to the trainees, the why of why they need to do these safety drills. Ensuring that they know what they are doing is for the sake of their own safety and their own responsibility. It needs to be cultured, it needs to be trained. We need to condition our muscles to act the way it's supposed to happen instinctively when the emergency occurs. Once they have actually come to understand and do it for themselves, they will think and execute anything that they do safely.
Safety is a key priority. This year, we still need to be deliberate and calibrated. It is our job as commanders to make sure that we can continue to do realistic training safely. We will also need to start to pay more attention to NS units that saw significant disruptions to their training during COVID. We need to move towards a predictive safety model, one that intervenes before incidents happen. Let's continue to be on the ground, continue to make the difference, and continue to be exceptional.